in motion is number 12, Jed Byers. Number 6, Jake Soleil will find his receiver over the field. It's number 99, Jared Holstad. Oh, and he is tripped up by number 10, I believe, Grant Clary. But a huge play there by number 99, Jared Holstad, who is in for Ben Moose, but just making the most of it. Such a great player.
Yeah, you know, last game against Rogers, we saw Holstad being used numerous times, especially in the receiving game. As he had a touchdown last game, he has that big playability, especially at that receiver position.
And in motion, number 12 again, Jed Byers, and Jake Slay will keep the ball, and he will dodge and weave his way, and he will get about 5 yards. And on that last play, it almost looked like if Trey Lopes may have gotten that block, and I think it would have been a for sure touchdown there for Holstad, but still a great play by the Hounds. And there you see Jake Soleil dodging and weaving to pick up 5 yards. Just a great couple plays for the Hounds.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And at the end of the first quarter, it will be Pullman 6, Moscow 0. So what have we seen in this first period of play?
You know, great defense, and both offenses looking a little slow to start the game, but Pullman's offense looking a lot better than Moscow's offense for sure. As quarterback Jake Slay's been hooking up with many different targets, Trey Green, Ben Moose, and right there, Jared Holstad with that big play for this offense as they looking to get this momentum back and put Moscow down double digits.
Yeah, and you know, for Moscow, the other way, they just cannot seem to get their offense moving. There they got a turnover by the Hounds, lucky gift, but they cannot capitalize or really do anything with that ball. So if Moscow wants to win this game, they need to come back, and they need to figure out their offense, and they need to figure out how to stop this physical and strong Pullman offense.
Yeah, you know, Moscow's offense really struggling, especially in that run department. We heard the coaches just praising their offensive line, but right now, Pullman looking really good at that line. And at the start of games, they've looked terrific, but as it gets into the second half, you know, their lack of depth starts to show as they start getting tired. So they're looking to make a big lead in this first half, so maybe they can use some more of that depth and give their starters some rest.
Yeah, you know, it just seems to be the second half of the ball game that really gets Pullman, but right now they're looking strong. You know, they score a few more touchdowns here, make the field goal, make the extra points, and I think Pullman has this game in the bag because right now it looks like Moscow cannot even stop or even create offense right now. So, go ahead. Excuse me.
As both teams coming back on the field, ball spotted just shy of the 5-yard line for this Pullman offense as Soleil with the empty backfield for the Greyhounds. Faking the handoff to number 12, Jed Byers, as it is a clean toss to tight end Ben Moose for the touchdown. As this is his second touchdown of the game for the Greyhounds, really using that size and that speed for this offense.
Yeah, just a great find there by Jake Soleil, looking after that big target of Moose, number 24, who sits at 6'5", 250. And, you know, Moose is just a key player to this team. Gets open, quick toss to him, perfect, touchdown.
Yeah, and that fake handoff, that play action just froze the defense just long enough to get Moose wide open for the touchdown.
Yeah, great call there by the coaching staff of Pullman.
As Pullman now looking to go for 2 after missing the extra point on their last touchdown. Slay dropping back, looking for tight end Ben Moose again as he cleanly gets in for the 2 points as now Pullman goes up 14-0.
And again, just finding Ben Moose there. And as you can see, just throws it up higher than any other defender can get. And Ben Moose just able to bring that ball down. And he does both the touchdown and the extra point for the Hounds.
Yeah, certainly going to be a pain in the side of this Moscow defense as Moose already with 4 catches tonight for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, you know, just great find there by Soleil for both Moose, the touchdown and the extra point. And Moscow right now just looking, maybe hanging their heads a little bit, not knowing what's hitting them.
As Moscow looking to recuperate, trying to get something going here on offense as they've had 1 punt on their first drive and trying to go for it, trying to get something going, putting some momentum in their favor, but just not getting anything done. And we've seen some lack of communication and not being on the same page, quarterback and the receivers.
Yeah, and you know, it's just the defense for Pullman is so tough and tenacious. What they praise in practice, the TNT, the motto, the TNT, the tough and tenacious, and that is what Pullman is given right now on both sides of the ball, being physical and just outplaying their opponent right now.
As they look to continue their impressive defense, number 11, Joey Tingstad, teeing up the ball for the Greyhounds. As we saw in his last kick, a touchback there. Back to return number 3, Bryson Bennett, and number 13, Jacob Gray. As a little bit of a higher kick for Tingstad as it bounces out of bounds. Number 13, Jacob Gray, looked like he was almost going to maybe grab that ball, but just lets it bounce out of bounds as Moscow looking to get some good field position out of this.
Yeah, and I'm surprised the flag was not thrown. I thought the ball bounced outside of the pylon, but maybe it was inside the pylon. And so will be a touchback for Moscow.
As is Moscow offense looking to get something going here, put some points up on the board as they are now down by 14 points. Obviously, it might be time to panic for this Moscow offense right now.
Yeah, you know, Moscow has played teams tough this year, not looking like the team that is on paper right now. Just kind of struggling to find their rhythm against this tough team of the Pullman Greyhounds.
Brennicky in the backfield with number 44, Colin Madison, as Brennicky keeps the ball, getting a gain of about 2 yards, wrapped up there by number 6, Jake Slay, who's been in the backfield numerous times picking up tackles.
And you see Slay there just getting low on the big number 7, Peyton Brennicky, who stands at 6'2", almost just a few inches smaller than Jake Slay, but big guy just like Jake and just hitting them low. Low man always wins.
As Brennicky getting the play from the sideline. One man in the backfield for Moscow. As number 3, Bryson Bennett in motion. Brennicky faking the handoff, trying to get on the outside. Wrapped up by 3 Pullman defenders. It's just Pullman showing that speed that they got on the outside.
And, you know, you can see the confusion there between Brennicky, who thought number 3, Bryson Bennett, was going to take the ball. And when he didn't, panic came. And now, look, they're backed up for 3rd and 13.
Yeah, you know, the smarter thing might have been to just throw that ball out of bounds, as they lost about 2 yards on that play.
And you see there, that was where the confusion happened, and then he just had no choice, brought down by big number 99, Jared Holstad.
Brennicky now one man in the backfield for this Moscow offense. Number 28, Bryson Gottschalk in motion. As Brennicky trying to scramble, just throws it, almost intercepted by number 99, Jared Holstad. But Pullman bringing some more pressure as they had 3 guys in the backfield. Almost got the big sack right there.
And Brennicky just threw his straps off his helmet. He is angry right now with his offensive line, who's just struggling. This team is so big on the defensive side for the Hounds that Brennicky is just taking a beating tonight. And I thought his knee might have been down, so I believe this should have been marked deeper, but...
As number 12, Jed Byers, back to return this punt. It sails out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. So some very terrific field position here for this Pullman offense, looking to continue their success as they scored a touchdown on their last drive.
And yeah, the defense right now for the Hounds just looking tremendous right now, playing with their hearts on the field, giving it all they got. This game, you know, means a lot to Pullman, and so they want to come out, show their crowd what they're made of, and win this ball game.
As we might see Moscow maybe get some tighter coverage on Tida and Ben Moose, as he's already scored 2 touchdowns on the game for Pullman, with Soleil in the empty backfield. As he hands it off to number 10, Trey Lopes, who just slips and falls, getting about a loss of 1 yard on the play for this Greyhound offense.
Trey Lopes on the carry.
And yeah, you know, Trey there just slipping. I mean, it's fairly cold here in Pullman right now, probably around the 50 to 60 range, and so the dew is starting to get on that grass, and it makes for slippery conditions.
Slay with Lang in the backfield as he rolls out to his right. Pass caught by number 24, Ben Moose. Picking up the first down for the Pullman Greyhounds at about the 30-yard line.
And, you know, Ben just a big target you see here. Catches that ball and is just not able and they're not able to bring him down. It takes 3 guys to bring the big 6'5" figure down. Just a tremendous player of Ben Moose.
As we've seen multiple times, Pullman faking that handoff and going right to their biggest target, and it's worked every time. Slay empty backfield, motions Byers. Hands it off to Byers, who hands it off to number 10, Trey Lopes. As he picks up the first down and even more, 1 man left to beat, and it is a touchdown, Greyhounds. Trey Lopes, what a great play call there by this Pullman offense, as Byers hands it right back off to number 10, Trey Lopes, who was just too fast for this Moscow defense.
Yeah, and Trey Lopes there just showing the speed. Picked up a good block there by number 6, Jake Soleil. Opened that hole up, and, and number 10, Trey Lopes just goes right through it. A great play there.
And something we haven't really seen much this season from this Pullman offense. A little trick play put in there, but it worked as they score a touchdown.
And Pullman will go for 2.
Laying in the backfield with number 6, Soleil, who throws it right back to number 24, Ben Moose. And that's his second 2-point conversion catch, and racking up plenty of yards for this Pullman offense.
And just Ben Moose wide open. It's like they didn't even know he was going to be out there. I don't know how you miss a guy standing so large, but Moscow right now just looking like they don't even know where they're at. Losing to Pullman right now, 22-0. This looks like it could be a blowout.
Yeah, you know, something we didn't really expect. We expected more of a dogfight with both offenses looking so good before they got to this game, as Pullman's offense looking really good, but Moscow's offense still looking a little bit slow. They'll be looking to put something together here as they go out on the field to return this kick.
And, you know, both teams have a lot of respect for each other. Talking with some of the players for Pullman, Jake Soleil saying that this is probably Moscow's best team they've had the past several years. So a lot of praise for both teams, but right now Pullman just making them look just like they're playing toddlers right now.
Yeah, you know, it looks like just man against boys, as we've seen Ben Moose with multiple targets here. And Moscow's defense not really looking like they made an adjustment there on that drive, as he had his way with that defense.
Yeah, just communication error or something's not right with this Moscow Bears defense.
As Tinkstad getting back to kick already. 2 touchbacks on this game. As a high kick going back to number 3, Bryson Bennett, who is going to return this kick, trying to get out on the edge. Makes his way up to about the 31-yard line for Moscow.
And he is brought down by number 30, Dylan Hodge, and number 12, Jed Byers.
Yeah, the young guys just getting in there, making the tackles there for Pullman.
And a good cut there by Bryson Bennett, but then he is grabbed there by number 30, Hodge, and number 12, Byers. So great gang tackling there for the Hounds.
As this Moscow offense looking to get something going here, down 22-0 with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Bernicki with number 23, Jake Kiblin, in the backfield for Moscow. Kiblin looking to throw. And it is intercepted by number 22, Trey Green, with just the quarterback left to beat, as he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Pullman.
And just Trey Green did the same thing last week against Rogers and just manhandles Brennicke here, just shoving him off, goes into the touchdown, and Brennicke is furious right now with himself. He knows his team is just not going to be able to come back. It is 28-0 Pullman, just a complete blowout.
Yeah, you know, and Green had an interception last game, kind of just like that, where the quarterback just kind of threw it to him. He didn't really have to move around or anything, and I don't even think Brennicke saw him on that play.
Yeah, you know, Trey Green is just a major force on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. But on defense, playing that outside linebacker position, he is just coming up clutch this year for the Pullman Greyhounds there.
That'll teach you to talk smack to the newspaper.
As Soleil, empty backfield, looking to complete another 2-point conversion. As he did have tight end Ben Moose wide open on the left side, but a flag is thrown.
And Jake there took a big shot at the end. He got right back up, but big shot there, and I believe it's going to be pass interference on Moscow.
Yeah, you know, Moscow just showing some frustration there. Almost got a late hit on quarterback Jake Soleil, but as we see, defensive pass interference on Moscow. So we'll see Pullman trying another attempt here for this 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and that's just a bonehead play there by Moscow, who's already losing 28-0. That cannot happen. Moscow looking just frazzled right now. Don't know what hit him.
Slay with the empty backfield again. As he looks for number
11, Joey Tinkstad, and it is caught by Tinkstad. So the Hounds will lead 30-0 early in this second quarter.
Yeah, and what the beginning of that replay didn't show was just that speed of Tinkstad right there, as he just got ahead of his defender on that little slant route and just made the catch for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and just playing right now is just looking rough for Moscow. Moscow just looks like they don't even want to be here right now. Getting destroyed 28-0 by the Hounds, just who came to play today.
Yeah, something we haven't really seen this whole season is just an explosion by this Pullman offense. In previous games, they look like they haven't been on the same page, but that is not the case tonight.
And, Pullman is showing its potential tonight, showing how they should play and possibly will play for the rest of the season. This is the Pullman team that you're used to seeing. The past 2 games they've come out, they've played hard, but they haven't been explosive like this tonight. So this is just great, to see from this Pullman offense.
And you had to expect something like this as the big rivalry game between both of these teams, both teams looking very energized, as Moscow looking a little bit more flat, coming back out to return this kick is number 3, Bryson Bennett, and number 13, Jacob Gray for Moscow.
And on the Moscow sideline is number 10, Grant Clary, warming up the QB. You wonder if changes are going to be made on this offensive side. Maybe Brennicky shift over to wide receiver and Clary come in, but you just don't know right now.
That's more of a low kick by Tinkstad as that rolls out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. So flag will be thrown, and Moscow will get some decent field position here as they come back out on offense.
The Moscow ball, 35-yard line.
And they will be on the 35-yard line, so with 9 minutes and 14 seconds left, Moscow right now is just getting beat pretty bad right now by Pullman, who's winning 30-0.
Yeah, and anytime you're in a blowout, you don't want to hang your head because you're just going to lose some of that motivation. And Pullman not looking to slow down at all as they just got an interception that was returned for a touchdown by number 22, Trey Green, as they're looking to repeat on defense. Brennicky with 1 man in the backfield for this offense, as he will hand it off to number 23 for Moscow, Jake Kiblin, picking up a gain of about 3 yards for Moscow.
And the tackle there by big number 24, Ben Moose, coming across the field and making the tackle. Just great defense right now by the Hounds, just showing how tough and tenacious they can be. Great defense.
Yeah, and a great stat for them, not allowing Moscow into the red zone at all, and only allowing them across the 50-yard line 1 time in this game, and that was off of a turnover by the offense. As number 23, Jake Kiblin, received the handoff, and it looked like a little bit more miscommunication between him and Brennicky, as Brennicky was brought down, and then Kiblin was also brought down right next to him.
And Pullman once again brought a blitz, sending the linebackers all the way in. So watch for that to happen a little bit more, because right now that's being really effective for the Hounds defense.
As Moscow not really showing much of a pass game, running the ball the last 2 times, as it is 3rd and 5. And getting number 24, Ben Moose, to jump off sides there, and that's going to be 5-yard penalty for Moscow, as they will pick up the first down.
And yeah, just a little air there, maybe feeling a little hype there from the previous drive, just jumping off sides a little bit, but that'll be a first down for this Moscow team, something they haven't had in the past few drives.
Absolutely, and that's just what this offense needs, just a little bit more momentum, as they were looking a little flat in that run game, only picking a couple yards up per carry. As Brennicky with 1 man in the backfield. Little shuttle pass there. Number 23, Kiblin. He's just manhandled by number 24, Ben Moose.
Yeah, you know, Ben just kind of hopping on his back there. As you can see right here, he just jumps on him. But Ben showing that speed. And the ball actually came out in number 23. Kiblin is just lucky he got back on that ball.
Yeah, you know, he might have thought that he had an extra step on this Pullman defense, but Moose just showing his speed, catching up to Kiblin there. Bringing up a 2nd and 2 for this Moscow offense. Brennicky with one man in the backfield. As he drops back to throw, throwing off his back foot. And completing the catch on the sideline is number 4, Andrew Pietrzak.
And I thought that ball could have been picked off by number 85, Isaiah Strong, but Isaiah just looked the wrong way at the wrong time, and just that ball was caught by number 5, Jason Gray.
Yeah, you know, just showing that his agility and that footwork, being able to just catch that ball and stay in bounds just long enough for the first down. As Moscow looking to throw the ball again, just way off target for number 3, Bryson Bennett.
And Bryson Bennett, you know, the number 1 probably target for this team, just being shut down right now. The coverage there was by number 8, Chris Parrish. But, you know, just this whole team of the Pullman defense right now is just covering number 3, Bryson Bennett, just very well, shutting him down, taking away all the looks that he's had in the past.
As that brings up 2nd and 10 for Moscow. Kiblin in the backfield with quarterback Brennicky. As he hands the ball off to Brennicky,
Ball's
as
on
that
the
is a
ground.
fumble. As Pullman signaling that they have the ball, and it is recovered by this Pullman Greyhound defense right as Moscow was picking up some momentum, looking like they were going to score. They fumbled the ball right there and give it right back to Pullman.
And I believe that right now, look at Peyton Brennicky, number 7, the quarterback. He is just holding that ball way too long. He is waiting way too long to make that decision. They're running the QB draw. And if you're a quarterback, you can't let your running back be halfway down the field before you give that ball to him. I mean, it has to be quick, and he is waiting too long.
As Green comes in motion for the Greyhounds. 35 Cam Lang with the handoff, picking up a gain of about 4 yards for the Greyhound offense.
And Cam, you know, just a big guy, finally getting a little bit of a push by that front line, picking up about a gain of 4 or 5, and then he got a gain of 5. It's only 2nd and 5 for the Hounds with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second.
Slay with Lang in the backfield. Green comes in motion as Slay keeps it, running the option handoff to 22 Green as he gets down to about the first down line, just showing that speed on the edge there for this Greyhound offense.
And, you know, that's something they ran last game, was that little triple option almost, where they could hand it off to Cameron Lang coming through the middle, or they keep it. And Soleil, you know, last game kept it himself, took it for a large gain, that time being tackled, pitches it to Trey Green, and Trey Green with the first down. Great play.
Slay with the empty backfield as he brings Green in motion, faking the handoff. Slay flushed out of the pocket, finds number 24, Ben Moose, who picks up the first down and a little bit more, getting down to about the 45-yard line into Moscow territory. As you see Soleil looking a little bit confused, making something out of nothing, finding Moose, beating his defender once again as this defense is just not keeping up with Ben Moose at all.
And great ball protection there by Ben Moose, switching arms so make sure that ball does not come out when that defender hits. Great play all around from the Hounds.
As flags are flying, and it looks like it might be a false start on this Greyhound offense. Their 4th penalty of the game. As that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. That'll bring up 1st and 15 for this Greyhound offense.
And I think if you were to look at a replay of that play, I believe it might have been number 6, Jake Soleil, who jumped just a little bit, anticipating number 12, Jed Byers, coming by.
Empty backfields for Soleil. Trips left formation as Byers comes in motion. As Soleil fakes the handoff and keeps it himself, looking to get out on the edge, as he does with plenty of room to run, as he could go all the way, and that is a touchdown Pullman Greyhounds. What a great play designed by Dan Lusher, coach of Pullman Greyhounds.
And look at this block here by number 12 Jed Byers. I don't know if they'll get it, but he just, boom, right there, takes out number 21 for Moscow. Letchit. And Jake Soleil just coming up, showing a little slip there in the end zone, but just a great play there and an even better block there by number 12, Jed Byers, making that play happen.
Yeah, just some more confusion by this Moscow defense, and really by their whole team on the offense and the defensive side, as they're just looking a little too slow to get out on that edge, allowing Soleil to get on that edge and score the touchdown.
Yeah, just a great Jake Soleil, and I'm not sure what is going on right now, but it'll be first and 15. I'm not sure what is going on.
Against the Hounds. It'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Yeah, this penalty for the Greyhounds will be enforced on the kickoff, as they call it unsportsmanlike conduct, as that is the 5th penalty for the Greyhounds in this game. Pullman's offense looking to go for 2 again, as they are 3 for 3 and going for 2 in this game.
And Jake Soleil, who converted the quarterback this year from last year being a running back, just showing that speed and athleticism. Just a great play there by Soleil, catching the edge. Big block there by number 12. Great play.
As Byers comes in motion, Soleil faking the handoff, throwing a little fade route to number 2, Grant Druffel, his first target of the game. As you see, Grant Druffel just picking up that little extra yardage right there on his defender, being able to get away from him, getting that 2-point conversion, as that puts Pullman up by 38 points on this Moscow team. Moscow not looking like they're going to slow down this offense at all, as they just have all the momentum in the world.
And, right now you look on this Moscow sideline, and the one guy that stands out to me right now is number 7, Peyton Brennicky, who is just hanging his head right now. He just looks like he just wants to go home, get this over with. And as our shots show, just a great view there, bear hunting season, really that's what it is. You're kind of witnessing a killing right now by PHS in Moscow. PHS beating Moscow right now 38-0.
Yeah, as Pullman looking to come back out on the kickoff, we've seen Joe Tinkstad show that strength in that leg, as he already has 2 touchbacks in this game. But the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will be enforced on this kickoff, as now he's going to have to kick the ball off from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and quite a step back, but I don't think it'll be an issue. Joey regularly kicks his ball to about the 10-yard line, so really I don't think it'll be a very large issue now for the Hounds.
Moscow looking to capitalize off this great field position on the kickoff, as they have 2 men in the backfield ready to receive this kick. As just a high pooch kick by Tinkstad, recovered by Moscow at about the 46-yard line there. Great field position here for Moscow as their offense comes back out on the field.
And, I think that was a smart there by Coach. Not knowing if he was going to be able to kick that ball far, why not just get it short? Defense has been showing up right now. Why not?
Moscow ball on the Pullman 47-yard line.
As Moscow now looking, try to put some points up on the board at least, as they have been held empty on all of their offensive drives here. Lots of confusion shown by Moscow's offense, especially by number 7, Peyton Brennicky, as they only have 10 guys out on the field, as now they rush out their 11th man.
Yeah, just confusion right now by the Moscow team. Everything is just going Pullman's way right now. Moscow just looks confused. They don't look well prepared for this game.
And one thing this Pullman defense and offense has really done is taken the student section of Moscow out of play, as that is certainly helping Pullman in their favor, as number 3, Bryson Bennett, gets the little handoff trying to get the edge. Gain of about 4 yards on the play for Moscow, as that brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, the crowd coming into this one, Pullman student section right now just being loud. We can hear them all the way across the field in the booth. So, just definitely a factor in tonight's game. But Moscow right now just looks like nothing is going their way.
has Brennicky with Kiblin in the backfield for this offense, as that brings up 2nd and 7. Kiblin getting the handoff going up the middle as he breaks 2 tackles, picking up the first down there for Moscow at the 32-yard line, as we see Kiblin just bounce off a couple of guys, making something out of nothing there, as he certainly could have been tackled short of that first down line.
And the tackle was by number 85, Isaiah Strong. But, Kiblin there doesn't look like he has the speed of, a normal running back, but he definitely has the size that he needs. And, just bouncing off defenders with his size that are helping him out.
Brennicky with Kiblin in the backfield for Moscow, as Brennicky flushed out of the pocket and the ball is tipped out of the hands. Target was Jason Gray for Moscow, as that could have easily been another turnover by this Moscow offense.
Yeah, and Isaiah Strong there was on number 5, Gray. And Isaiah Strong, the ball just went right through his hands. Great play there, though, to tip it off. Yeah, just great overall play by the freshman, Isaiah Strong.
As that brings up 2nd and 10 for this Moscow offense. Kiblin in the backfield with Brennicky, as Brennicky has a man wide open, just overshoots him. Number 5, Jason Gray, once again, target Isaiah Strong there, right next to him on that play, not letting him get any sort of yardage on him.
And yeah, Moscow going after the freshman, number 85, Isaiah Strong. And, just great job there by the freshman, number 85, Isaiah Strong, to just stay with him, make sure that ball is not caught, and just great play overall by number 85, Isaiah Strong.
As that brings up a lengthy 3rd and 10 for Moscow. Brennicky with Kiblin in the backfield.
And you got to think if they don't get this, and of course, a flag is thrown. But if you got to think they don't get this, they're going to have to go for it. I mean, what other chance do they have? I mean, they have to.
Yeah, they have some good field position right there on the 30-yard line. Kind of ruined right there by their center, picking up the false start, as you just saw the ball just come out and none of the linemen move, and you just know that's a false start right there.
And so Moscow's crappy ways continue to go on.
As now it is 3rd and 15, Kiblin in the backfield with Brennicky. 2 receivers out to his left, 1 on his right. As he drops back to throw and just misses his target off to the far side, as that is number 5, Jason Gray, who he's been trying to hook up with a few times on this drive.
And, yeah, he definitely, number 7, Brennick, he definitely likes a few wide receivers better than the rest. Those wide receivers being, number 3, Bryson Bennett, and number 5, number 5, Gray, yeah. Just 2 great players and wide receivers, but I believe Brennick is going to have to target some other players if he wants to make these receptions.
Yeah, just show him a little bit of that inexperience at the quarterback position, not really having that developed chemistry that most quarterbacks do have in their 3rd game of the season, as Brennick rolls out to his left, throwing across his body, as it just bounces off his receiver's hands. Number 3, Bryson Bennett. Great coverage there by number 8, Chris Parrish, for the Pullman Greyhound defense.
And like I said, again, going after number 3, Bryson Bennett, who is their probably best player on this team, but you continue to go after the same players, and you're just going to get double coverage on those players. But if Brennick wants to be successful, he's going to have to start targeting different players.
Yeah, and that's what Pullman's making him do, double covering the guys who they've been throwing the ball to. And Brennick just can't make anything happen right now.
Yeah, right now nothing is just going Brennick's way.
As Lang is in the backfield with Soleil. As a great hard count there by this Pullman offense, making Moscow jump off sides, as that is a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 5 for Pullman.
Encroachment on the defense.
And yeah, big number 58 there, Wyatt Youngblood, jumping over the line there.
Slay with Lang in the backfield as he hands it off to Lang, trying to make something happen up the middle, picking up a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Or excuse me, no yards on the play, as that's going to bring up 2nd down and 5.
And yeah, you know, just that big defensive line for Moscow and the Bears there. Just not letting Cam Lang find the hole, get through, and no gain on the play.
Really the only positive
Second down for the Hounds.
for Moscow right now, just shutting down Pullman's run game right now. As Slay dropping back to throw and just throws the ball just short of his target. Number 35, Cameron Lang there was the intended receiver.
In pressure there on Jake Slay by number 28, Bryson Gottschalk. Jake, you know, just kind of panicked once he saw Gottschalk on his weak side, his blind side, and threw that ball to number 35, Cam Lang, but was not able to get it to him.
Yeah, you know, Slay just needs to relax. And he's shown the ability to run, just needs to get more out on that edge to complete that play. As it brings up 3rd and 5 for Pullman's offense. Slay with Lang in the backfield for Pullman. Slay drops back to throw. Hits his target, number 22, Trey Green, who's wide open with one man left to beat as he is dragged down by number 40 for Moscow, Marshall Cruz. And what an explosive play right there. Just a short little 10-yard throw. He picks up a gain of about 30 yards for Pullman.
Yeah, you know, Trey Green showing the speed there, makes number 11, Danny Johnson, miss that big safety or middle linebacker there, miss. And then it's just wide open until number 10, Grant Clary, finally gets him.
As ball is handed off back to number 22, Montre Green, who breaks through Moscow's defense and scores for another Pullman Greyhound touchdown. As you see, plenty of Moscow defenders right there, not able to catch up to number 22, Trey Green.
Yeah, you know, Trey Green having himself a day again, you know, kind of repeating what happened in Rogers, this time on the ground, though. Just showing how quick he really is. Missing tackles, great blocking there by the Hounds front 5 there, and just great play overall by the Hounds.
Absolutely. As Green picks up his his second touchdown of the game. He had one on defense, and as he picks up that first one on the offense. As 13, Hildenbrand picks up the extra point. He's now 1 for 2 on extra points for the Greyhounds.
And, you know, not the best hold there by Jake Slay with the laces facing the kicker. Something they always say you don't want, but Hildenbrand was able to punch that through for PAT. Now the Hounds lead Moscow High School 45-0 with, 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, you know, Pullman not wanting to really run up the score right now, as it's still in the first half. There's plenty of time left for both teams to score. And as he replaced number 11, Joe Tinkstad.
And you got to think that Pullman right now, they're not letting off the throttle. They just want to keep shoving this score, you know, down Moscow's throat. You know, although they respect them, they also want to come out here and have some bragging rights. So, of course, you're going to see Pullman keep playing as hard as they can.
As there's 3 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in the second half. Tinkstad looking to get another touchback here. As the last time Moscow beat Pullman was way back in 2011, which was 5 years ago. So last 5 years Pullman has successfully defeated Moscow, as it looks like it might be a 6th. As Tinkstad kicks a shorter kick to number 13, Jacob Gray, who's made his way upfield, and a big gain by Gray to the 35-yard line.
And you see, he just watches his ball and all the way, finds his hole, cuts past, and finds his hole and makes his way up to the 35-yard line, and is finally taken down by number 8, Chris Parrish. But it will be first down for Moscow on the 35-yard line.
You know, just trying to get anything going in favor of Moscow right now, as they have not had anything going on offense.
Yeah, you know, Moscow has had
First and 10 for
with
the
a
Bears.
a little bit beefier, just a little bit more weight to him than Matson, and just bouncing off these Pullman defenders, going right through them.
As Kiblin stays in the backfield with Brinicki for Moscow. As Brinicki throws a quick screen pass. As number 5, Jason Gray, picks up a gain of about 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up second down and 4
And
for
he is
Moscow.
brought down by number 22, Montre Green, and number 16, Connor Kincaid. Both big names on this defense for the Hounds.
As we've seen both teams kind of over this course of the game struggle to cover the edge, but that time Pullman's defense reading the play, getting out on the outside to break that up. As Brinicki hands it off to Kiblin, who is wrapped up in the backfield for no gain by number 22, Montre Green, with that blitz, showing the pressure there by Pullman.
And Montre Green right now just making a name for himself on the defensive and offensive side. And that is just crazy. Just a well-designed play there by the coaching staff. Have him on the blitz, and just a great play in general.
As Moscow's looking to go for it again on this 4th down. Kiblin in the backfield with Brinicki as Brinicki drops back to throw.
In the design screen.
As he dumps it off to number 28, Bryson Godshock, picking up a gain of about no yards on the play. As that brings up 4th down.
One brings up 4th down
for Moscow.
4th down and 9 for Moscow, who just cannot seem to get anything going right for them right now.
As Moscow, another frustrating drive on offense. Brinicki just taking off the straps on his helmet in frustration. As Moscow takes a timeout on the play. And there's 1 minute and 29 seconds left.
And I think Moscow really just trying to take a timeout, maybe to burn them through before the time runs out in the half. But also, I just think because they're trying to get their composure back. I mean, you look at the sideline, and just all their heads are just down right now, not knowing what hit them. This big team of Pullman showing them what football really is. And right now, Moscow has just not been able to return anything that's been given to them. So right now, Moscow is just struggling to really find anything happening on offense or defense. I mean, their players right now are just not making the plays that they usually do, and it shows in the score with Pullman ahead 45 and Moscow 0.
Two different moods on the sideline. Moscow heads down, and Pullman just feeling pretty good as they haven't really had this great of momentum in their favor. As there's a high snap there to number 10, Grant Clary, who gets a short punt as Byers calls for a fair catch on the 24-yard line.
Yeah, actually it was a short punt, but a good punt. Great height on that punt. It allows for his defense to get down there, and fair catch called by the dangerous returner of number 12, Jed Byers.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Moscow's done a good job of is not letting Byers do anything, as that is his 4th fair catch of the game, not returning any balls so far for the Hounds. Asaleo with one man in the backfield as he hands it off to Byers. Number 35, Cameron Lang, as he picks up about 8 yards on the play, but there's a flag on the field.
And a flag, I believe it might be on the Hounds holding, or it could be a face mask. And slow to get up for the Hounds is number 3, Bryson Bennett, who is
holding called against the Hounds.
And it is holding, but as I said before, number 3, Bryson Bennett, who is probably the best player on this team, and he is just looking shaken up right now, looking in pain.
Yeah, it looks like he just got the wind knocked out of him just a little bit as this Pullman Greyhound offense being pushed back to 1st down and 14 to go. As Saleh with Lang in the backfield for this offense. Hands it off to Lang. He tries getting something going up the middle as he is still going. Just really showing that strength as he is pushing and pushing and pushing those legs.
And look at the spin move right there. And with that spin move, it creates a new hole for Cam Lang. And Cam, you just never stops driving. His legs picks up a gain of about 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, and you have to wonder after running into 52 Linden Rock, if he didn't run into his own guy, he could have gone all the way. As Slay with Lang back in the backfield as he misses the handoff and tries to get the edge, and does, as he picks up the first down and gets across the 50-yard line, finally brought down at the Moscow 45.
And, you know, just shoved out of bounds there by big number 10, Grant Clary. But, you know, Jake Soleil tonight has just done a tremendous job taking broken plays and just making something of them. It's a great job there by number 6, Soleil.
Yeah, that's the first time we've really seen Pullman's offense have a little bit of miscommunication, but certainly not showing it there as they pick up the first down. Handoff to Lang as he drives up the middle of the field, picking up a gain of about 2 yards on the play.
And with 25 seconds left in the second, you think that they might just run maybe one more play or just let time run out here.
As Pullman looking to get off one more play before the half, handing it back off to 35 Lang as he dodges a couple tackles, but doesn't gain anything on the play.
So at the end of the first half, Pullman will lead Moscow 45-0. Yeah. So what have we seen this first half of football here?
Certainly a lot of explosive plays from Pullman's offense. You know, in the past couple weeks, they haven't really shown the threat of throwing the ball. And then the first couple drives, Moscow's defense just daring quarterback Jake Soleil to throw the ball as he did. And he hooked up with number 24 tight end Ben Moose for a couple early touchdowns there, as that showed Moscow that they could throw the ball just as easily as running it.
Yeah, and you know, Moscow right now just struggling to find anything that will work. You know, a lot of the Moscow team right now just hanging their head on the sideline. Number 3, Bryson Bennett, you know, coming out of the game right there. That might be serious for this Moscow team, as he's probably the heart and soul of their team. And so, you know, key factors of this Moscow team, you know, just not happening tonight.
And we also see number 7, Peyton Brennerkey, throw already a pick 6 for Moscow, but also not really getting anything done, both on the ground and through the air, as he had a little bit of success in the first couple drives throwing the ball, but Pullman's defense really making some good adjustments on the fly.
And as you said it, the first drive really was key for this Moscow team. As you remember, I mean, going back, number 3, Bryson Bennett, the very first play of the game, he dropped that ball. If you were to catch that ball, momentum maybe in Moscow's side, going in, and then keep rolling out there by Brennicke and more plays. So, I mean, really, that could have been what changed this game.
And so at the score, or at halftime, the score is Pullman 45, Moscow 0, and we are going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll see both teams come out onto the field for the start of the third quarter.
halftime, the Pullman Junior Greyhounds, grades 2nd through 6th grade. We're just going to read everybody's name and congratulate them on a game well played. First, the Pullman Greyhound Junior Greyhound Blue Team. Number 2, T.C. Ellenwood. Number 11, Mason Townsend. Number 15, Calvin Husser. Number 21, Carter Hachette. Number 23, Joe Kraft. Number 24, Aiden Peltier. Number 31, Farrell Hayes. Number 36, Peyton Townsend. Number 41, Jacob Eller. Number 42, Braden Plummer. Number 61, Henry Priest. Number 72, Reese Pettit. And number 92, Cotton Sears. That's the blue team. For the Pullman High School gray team. Number 25, Jonah Graybite. Number 7, Timothy Tassel. Number 10, Carson Gray. And a very happy birthday to number 16, Joseph Bendel. Number 22. Number 20, Gavin McCloy. Number 27, Garrett Jones. Number 30, Graham Miles Barker. Number 34, Owen Batchelor. Number 40, Tanner Center. Number 56, Dylan Couch. Number 62, Tommy Matthews. Number 64, Landon Miller. Number 81, Matthew Reisenauer. Number 83, Canyon Pierce. And number 89, Maxwell McCloy. And the Junior Greyhound white team. Number 1, Xander Flodine. Number 4, Henry McCloy. Number 5, Tough Ryan. Number 12, Hunter Regnell. Number 14, Skylar Purnell. Number 18, Jason Lute. Number 3, Mason Gabriel. Number 28, Javen Bogle. Number 33, Omar Crazy Legs Reyes. Number 35, Hayden Purnell. Number 43, Landon Moose. Number 80, Hunter Matthews. And number 83, Isaac Nelson. Let's give a big hand for the Pullman Junior Greyhounds. Coaches for the Junior Greyhounds, Doug Ryan, Broderick Combs, Wayne Gregory, J.D. Frechette, J.P. Recknell, Andrew Flodine, Jeremy Bogle, and Sam George.
sweep out to the outside on a run play, and he just took that to the house.
Yeah, you know, Trey Green has the speed needed to really play any position on the football field. Good size, sitting around 6 foot and about 175, 80 pounds. You know, just a great player. Has the ability needed to be one of the best players, you know, to ever walk through Pullman High School, and he has shown what he's made of right now.
You know, I guess if you could really talk about one thing that Pullman needs to work on, it's their penalties. They've had 6 in the game. 3 of them were false starts. So I guess that's one thing that they might need to work on in the second half.
Yeah, you know, penalties really kill a team like Pullman, but right now, Pullman, you know, they haven't really affected Pullman tonight. As you see the score, 45-0, but it's something that Pullman really needs to work on. If they're looking to win this league of the GNL, you know, they really have to come out here and just perfect the little things, and that is one of those little things.
Yeah, and we've seen in their past games how penalties can hurt you and even cost you the game, especially in that first game against Fife where they could have won it, but some of the penalties hurt them. When we come back, Pullman looking to kick the ball off to Moscow to start the third quarter. We'll be right back.
And we welcome you back to Hobbs Field, where Pullman leads Moscow High School 45-0. About to kick off is Pullman number 11, Joey Tingstad, to the deadly returners of Moscow, number 3, Bryson Bennett, and number 13, Jacob Gray. And after a first great half of football for the Hounds, they look to continue what they started. And for Moscow, they just look to maybe just cut the score by a little bit, maybe get on the board, maybe get some momentum their way. And the kickoff by Tingstad will go out of bounds. So, you know, not the way that Tingstad's kicks usually end up, but that one will go out of bounds. And it will be Moscow ball on the 35-yard line.
That's the second time he's kicked the ball out of bounds this game, so you're kind of wondering if he's kind of lost focus a little bit while kicking the ball or just not putting enough effort into that.
Yeah, and you know, I almost wonder if it may have hit the outside of his foot, or maybe his toe, and he did not have the directional usage that he wanted. And so in the backfield is number 7, Peyton Brennicky, along with number 23, Kiblin. And Kiblin will get the ball to start the third quarter, and he will get a good push, but is brought back by number 99, Jared Holstad.
And you saw Kiblin just kind of dragging the line inch by inch until number 24, Ben Moose, just came and broke that up and pushed him over.
3 yards on the carry.
And he will get 4 on that carry. Not maybe is what he should have been, but he had a good push there. And then Ben Moose, you see, comes in and just pushes that line back. In the backfield for Moscow, number 7, Peyton Brennicky, along with number 23, Jake Kiblin. In motion, number 28, Reyes. And it'll be a quick pitch to number 23, Kiblin. And he is tackled by number 8, Chris Parrish.
Also, you see number 52, Lennon Rock, coming there. He almost made the tackle in the backfield. Just wasn't quick enough, but I caught him as he slowed down on the edge there as he picks up the first down.
Yeah, and Kiblin right now, pretty good. Just been a pretty good player tonight. Number 44, Matson, normally the running back for this Moscow team, but he has had nothing happening for him against his Pullman defense. So Kiblin showing really what he's made of right now, making the most of his play time. In the backfield for the Bears is Brennicky and Kiblin, along with number 28, Cody Reyes. And that ball again is given off to Kiblin, who was tackled by number 85, Isaiah Strong.
And that's just something you see in WWE right there, that nice little takedown somersault in the air right there. But, whatever gets the job done as Kiblin picks up a gain of about 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, and a great tackle there, though, by number 85, Isaiah Strong, the freshman, to bring down the big back of Moscow, Kiblin. And in the backfield is Brennicky, along with Kiblin. And he'll take a shot downfield. And that ball is almost intercepted by number 85, Isaiah Strong, who is slow to get up. Maybe it hurt his ankle a little bit, but looks to be jogging it off. And that ball was intended for number 5, Jason Gray.
As you see right there, that throw by Brennicky was right to his receiver, but he was just covered by number 85, Isaiah Strong. But over the course of this game, we've seen number 7, Brennicky, throwing off of his back foot continuously, and that's just not good form, especially for a quarterback. You don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, he throws it almost as if he's throwing a baseball. And along with him in the backfield is Kiblin again, and Kiblin again will get the ball, but a good surge there, but a missed tackle by number 99, Jared Holstad. But that is enough to stop him in his tracks, and swarm tackle by number 22, Trey Green, number 52, Lennon Rock, and number 51, Kincaid. So a gain of about 2 for Kiblin there. And folks, Kiblin is 206 pounds at only 5'11", so a pretty big kid, as number 58 for the Bears, Wyatt Youngblood, will hobble off the field.
Moscow Bears 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions, looking to pick up their first of the game.
Along with Brennicky, and they'll throw a quick pass out to Bryson Bennett, who will pick up the first down. Really the first we've heard of Bryson Bennett since about the first quarter of play.
Just creating space right there on that little wheel route on the side of the field, able to get the edge and pick up the first down for Moscow, as that was a great tackle right there by Pullman, able to wrap up his legs, not let him get an even bigger carry right there.
And along with Brennicky in the backfield is number 23, Kiblin. And he will roll out, and is swarmed by Pullman. And it is caught by Bryson Bennett again for the close to the first down for the Hounds. And, good pressure put on Brennicky there, but an even better throw there by Brennicky under pressure to get that ball to number 3, Bryson Bennett.
And a great wrap-up in the air by number 8, Chris Parrish, for his Pullman defense. Pullman looking a little bit slower, maybe a little bit more relaxed coming out of halftime right now, as Moscow gets down to their 25-yard line for the first down.
And as the announcer just said, the running clock is in effect because of the score, so there will be no stoppage of clock. And that ball is batted away by number 85, Isaiah Strong, and almost caught off the bat by number 3, Bryson Bennett. But Still a great play there by the freshman Isaiah Strong to bat that ball away for number 5, Gray.
Yeah, and Brennicke's been trying to hook up with number 5, Gray, right there, who's been guarded by the freshman. But he's had multiple attempts to get an interception, just comes off his fingertips again, as that brings up 2nd and 10 for Moscow.
In the backfield again for the Bears, number 7, Brennicke, along with number 23, Kiblin. And that ball is thrown to number 3 again, Bryson Bennett, who's covered by number 8, Chris Parrish. And a good sliding catch there as you see Bryson Bennett here going to a knee to catch that ball.
Yeah, just throwing a touch behind him as he had to dive on the ground to get that ball. But still a good first down for Moscow as they are in the red zone for the first time in this game, looking to put some points up on the board.
And in the backfield for the Bears, again, number 7, Brennicke, along with number 23, Kiblin. And Kiblin will get the ball this time, and it'll go outside and is tackled by number 99, Jared Holstad. And, you know, both teams run the no-huddle offense, but things that's different from Moscow is they have a little wrist indicator that they get their plays from. So as you see, they'll look over the sideline, get the number, and then they'll look down at the wrist quite a bit of the time to get what they are running or what the play is, things like that. Under center is number 7, Peyton Brennicke with Kiblin in the backfield. And a fumble there, and it is recovered by number 22, Trey Green, I believe. And it is Pullman football. And just miscommunication there by number 7, Brennicke, and number 23, Kiblin.
Yeah, and just as you thought Moscow was going to maybe put some points up on the board, another mistake made there by their center. Fumbling the ball as Pullman gets the ball back. Not in great field position as they're on the 11-yard line.
And with this no stoppage of time, there's only 4 minutes left in this third quarter, which seems like this third quarter is just flying by, but with no stoppage of time. And right there, we saw the replay, just some miscommunication, between the running back and quarterback. In the backfield for the Hounds, it's number 6, Soleil, and number 35, Lang will get the ball, and he will cut off field for a gain of about 6 or 7. Good run there by Cameron Lang.
And you see right there, number 6, Jake Slay, getting out ahead of his running back, putting some big blocks, trying to make some holes for his running back to go through.
Yeah, you know, just trying to create a play for his running back, you know, find some space, which he hasn't been able to tonight, but right there, picking up about 7 yards on the play, 8 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Hounds with 4 minutes left in the third, beating Moscow 45-0. In the backfield for the Hounds is Soleil with Cameron Lang. Cameron Lang will get the ball again, has an opening, and he will pick up the first down. Tackled by number 11, Danny Johnson, and he'll bounce it outside, cut up, and then tackled and just tripped up by number 11, Johnson.
Just a great cutback right there by number 35, Cam Lang, as now we see Pullman's offense huddling up now, trying to just work that clock some more as they already have that big 45-point lead.
And again in the backfield for the Hounds is number 6, Soleil, along with number 35, Cameron Lang. And Cameron Lang again will get the ball, just trying to make something happen, but he is tackled by that big defensive line for the Bears. And I believe it is number 77, Pat Coulter with the tackle. Big guy sitting at 6'4", 235. Big guy on that defensive line for the Bears.
Picking up his second tackle of the game as Lang picks up a gain of about 1 yard on the play. Bringing up 2nd and 8 for the Hounds.
And in the backfield for the Hounds is number 6, Jake Soleil, along with number 35, Cameron Lang. And you can tell they're just trying to burn some clock here by running the ball. And again, Cameron Lang will get the ball, and he will just gain about 3 or 4 yards there. And so the clock will keep running. Yeah, you know, Pullman right now just trying to run down the clock.
Yeah, good surge right there by the defensive line of Moscow right there, not trying to give up too many yards on the play for these running backs of Pullman.
3rd and 5 for the Greyhounds.
So it is 3rd and 5 for the Greyhounds with 2 minutes left in this third quarter. An empty backfield for Jake Soleil. And in movement is number 12, Jed Byers, and he will get the ball and turn upfield. And there's a couple flags thrown on the play, and you expect to think it's going to be holding probably on the offense.
As the Greyhounds have already had 3 holding calls against them already in the first half, as that is what the flag is. 6 penalties already for the Pullman Greyhounds.
Against the Greyhounds.
You know, not too serious right now because they're up 45, but, you know, still you want to see your team focused right now, even though you have such a big marginal lead.
Yeah, you know, just those little, like I said, those mental errors is what kills you. I mean, right now it's not going to affect them that bad, but it's definitely something that Pullman is trying to get under control right now. And so you think that in practice that will be something they go over, is just those little mental mistakes. So it will be 3rd and 16 for the Hounds with 52 seconds left in this third quarter. And Soleil with Cameron Lang in the backfield. And he will look over the middle and has his man. And Jed Byers will take it to the house. Not even a guy. What a throw there by Soleil to find Byers, and Byers to look that ball in and just run this score up. And look at, so here he finds Byers, and who looks to be tackled by number 8 there. Gets a great block, and he is just gone to the house. Jed Byers can fly. He plays running back, slot position. Just a great player.
Absolutely showed that burst of speed, shaking off number 8, Lake Campbell there, as he just missed the tackle that would have saved a touchdown, but what a great run there by Jed Byers as Pullman looks to kick the PAT already. They're 1 for 2 right now on PATs.
And that was close to an 80-yard run there for Jed Byers. And the PAT is good, so Pullman leads Moscow 52-0. Just a complete blowout. 33 seconds left in the third.
In that secondary for Moscow, kind of looking a little bit asleep right there. Kind of surprised right there from the throw to Jed Byers, and I guess they weren't really expecting that great of speed.
Yeah, you know, Jed is just a great player, and he just goes 110%. As you see the student section there, just ecstatic about this game, how it's being played.
Yeah, you know, and just great support all around from this community of Pullman, and big attendance as they see the importance of the rivalry between Pullman and Moscow right now.
Yeah, you know, just a big game for both teams. Right now, Pullman just showing that they're dominating this Moscow team. Just all around great performance by Pullman, and just an all around awful performance right now by the Moscow Bears.
And as we've seen time in and time out, number 3, Bryson Bennett, and number 13, Jacob Gray, back to return for the Moscow Bears.
And the cheerleaders for Moscow trying to get their crowd a little riled up, doing some cool performances. Silly String being shy. You know, the fans are still in it, but is the team still? And I just don't think it's possible. Down 52-0. So Tingstad will kick it off. Excuse me, that is actually number 20. James Pitzer will kick it off. And that is taken back by number 3, Bryson Bennett. So someone else kicking off that we have not seen yet. Number 20, James Pitzer, kicking that ball off. Interesting, you know, you kind of think you just got to play a little loose with only 15 seconds left in the third, beating Moscow 52-0. And time will probably run out of this quarter before Moscow will get a playoff.
Yeah, you know, right there, what a great tackle by sophomore, number 30, Dylan Hodge right there. As time expires in this third quarter, Pullman leading Moscow 52-0. And when we come back, it will be the start of the fourth quarter as Moscow will have the ball.
First and 10 for the Bears at the 39.
And welcome back to the game as Moscow looking to maybe put some points up on the board here as is first and 10. As Brennicky hands it off to number 3, Jake Kiblin, as he is just pushed back by this monstrous Pullman defense, especially number 67, Cruz Midas, showing that size and strength for the Hounds.
Cruz, just a big guy on that defensive line, just showing what he's made of. And a guy that we have not said yet, number 61, Bram Diaz in there, also with the stop for the Hounds.
Brennicky with number 44, Cole and Matson in the backfield for Moscow. As Brennicky drops back to throw, throwing a bullet over the middle. As that play is broken up by number 16, Connor Kincaid. As a flag is thrown in the backfield by where that throw was made, as you wonder if it might be a pass interference call against the Greyhounds.
Yeah, and, just a bullet right there by number 7, Brennicky. The kid has just the most potential. But tonight, just not showing really all of it, but just a bullet there by Brennicky.
And the Pullman Greyhounds' 7th penalty of the game. Way more than Moscow, at least, but, it doesn't really show up in the scoreboard yet, as that is going to be a first down and 10 for Moscow as they move the ball up to the 45-yard line.
And as you see there, number 44, Matson, and number 7, Brennicky, checking that wrist, getting the play from their coach is what we were talking about, the no huddle from both teams.
Yeah, they're just trying to get on the same page there. Quarterback and running back making sure they're getting on the same page, same play. As Brennicky fakes the handoff and rolls out to his left, throwing across his body, as that play is just broken up by number 16, Connor Kincaid, just laying the wood to number 3, Bryson Bennett there, as Bennett almost made the catch.
And number 16, Connor Kincaid, is only 5'9", 150 pounds, but he hits harder than anyone on this team. Really, just a couple great hits tonight. Way to get the ball out of Bryson Bennett's hands there. Just a class act play there by number 16.
Yeah, something we haven't seen a lot over this season, hoping that we get to see a little bit more of that as Brennicky and Matson are in the backfield for Moscow. As Brennicky hands it off to Bennett, trying to get around that edge, picks up a gain of about 1 yard. And that'll bring up third down and 9 for this Moscow team, as clock continues to tick down, under 9 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah, just trying to pick up a little bit of yards. It's 3rd and 8 right now for Moscow, and they're just trying to pick up whatever they can. Maybe pick up a touchdown before heading home. The quick trip back to Moscow.
As Brennicky hands it back off to number 44, Matson, who picks up a big gain of about 6 yards on the play. A couple yards short of the first down, as that is going to bring up 4th down and about 1 yard to go for Moscow.
And that is number 44, Matson's first run since the first quarter. He's a key player tonight, and not seeing him, in these 2nd and 3rd, just kind of surprising.
Yeah, Moscow trying to roll with that momentum with Kiblin, as Matson is in the backfield. Brennicky getting audible from the sideline, as he hands it off to Matson, who picks up the first down and a few yards more, wrapped up in the backfield by number 12, Jed Byers, and number 99, Jared Holstad.
And Pullman continues to blitz the linebackers. Obviously there did not work as Matson found a hole. But, the blitz has worked pretty well tonight for the Hounds as they just stopped this offense for Moscow.
As Brennicky and Matson once again in the backfield for Moscow. As he hands it off to Matson, who is quickly met by number 52, Lennon Rock, in the backfield with a great tackle made right there, just wrapping him up gain of about 1 yard for Moscow.
It's a confusion there. As you can see, Peyton Brennicky trying to figure out the play, but he cannot. And that precious time ticking off the clock. Obviously, with Pullman ahead 52-0, you can't look to maybe bring this game back, but just to look to maybe score a touchdown in this game, get some points on the board.
As Brennicky and Matson in the backfield. Brennicky dropping back to throw, feeling the pressure. Throws it up to his intended target, number 3, Bryson Bennett, who had a step on his man right there. Could have scored a touchdown for Moscow. Instead, that brings up 3rd and 9 as we have a player down on the field.
And the player on the field is number 58, Wyatt Youngblood, and he actually limped off this field earlier, but now he looks to be in a conceivable amount of pain right now. And it looks to maybe be his knee, and you can see he has the knee brace on, but you just hope that it's nothing bad. So we will take an injury timeout here. Pullman leads Moscow 52-0 with 6 minutes and 25 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
And welcome back to another edition of Pullman Greyhound Football. As we are back from an injury timeout, as you see, number 58 for Moscow, Wyatt Youngblood, limping off the field under his own power with the help of quarterback Peyton Brennicky and one of his coaches. As Moscow has the ball, it is 3rd down and 9 on the 32-yard line. Looking to convert on another 3rd down to continue this drive.
And so Brennicky looking to just get something going. You know, Brennicky threw a perfect spiral to number 3, Bryson Bennett, on that last deep throw, and you can expect maybe that to happen again.
As Brennicky with Matson in the backfield, as he throws a quick screen pass to number 2, Jake Knott, as he is just thrown down by number 17, Tegan Hodge, senior cornerback there for the Greyhound defense.
Yeah, and a great play there by Tegan Hodge, just shedding the block of number 3, Bryson Bennett, and just grabbing the jersey of number 2, Jake Knott, and throwing him down. Great play there by the senior cornerback, number 17, Tegan Hodge.
As that brings up 4th down and 9 for Moscow. So they're looking to just convert on this 4th down, not give the ball back to this dangerous Pullman offense. Brennicky and Matson in the backfield. As Brennicky looking over to his left side, throwing up a little lob pass to a wide open number 3, Bryson Bennett, who just jogs into the end zone for Moscow's first score of the game. And a little miscommunication there by this Pullman Greyhound defense, as they just left the dangerous Bennett wide open.
Yeah, and you could see there, number 16, Connor Kincaid, and number 17, Tegan Hodge, having some miscommunication. Obviously, that was number 16, Connor Kincaid's man, but he stuck around to make sure that screen did not happen to number 2, Jake Knott, and that left a wide open number 3, Bryson Bennett, downfield. And finally, Moscow will put up some points in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes and 37 seconds left.
As we get our first look at number 10, Grant Clary, kicking the PAT for Moscow, as it is good. So now Pullman leads Moscow 52-7 with 5 minutes and 37 seconds to go. And you got to feel pretty good if you're Moscow, not getting shut out, especially against your big rival, the Pullman Greyhounds.
Yeah, well, you could feel good about that, or you could just take it as we finally scored. Because right now, I mean, I'd take it bad even if I did score, because right now you're getting beat by the team that you probably look forward to most playing in the year. your rival, Pullman, who is beating you 52-7. So right now, Moscow is just happy that they even put up some points, but they cannot be happy with the way they have played today.
Absolutely, and you might expect Pullman Greyhounds to start sending out some second string and maybe even some third string guys onto the field as this game is well in hand, as they're just trying to wind this clock down and end the game.
And, you know, with this drive right here, Pullman could seal this game away, just taking the 5 minutes and 37 seconds left off the clock, running the ball with, you know, maybe the younger guys or even just keep running with Cameron Lang. But either way, just running some time off the clock, ending this game.
As number 10, Grant Clary, teeing up the ball for the Moscow Bears. Back to return for your Pullman Greyhounds. Number 12, Jed Byers. And number 11, Joey Tinkstad.
Two very deadly returners back for Pullman.
As Byers does receive the kick, trying to just plow his way up the middle as he is brought down at about the 25-yard line. As this Pullman Greyhound offense looking to come back out on the field. Lots of very successful drives. We've seen numerous guys step up for this offense. Ben Moose catching 2 touchdowns already in the early part of this game. Trey Green running the ball in, and also some great arm strength on display by quarterback Jake Saleh.
Yeah, you know, it's players like Montre Green, Saleh, Lang, and just the guys like Ben Moose that make this team so deadly. It's the small guys that make big plays, you know. Just they make this team so deadly.
As Saleh hands it off to number 35, Cameron Lang, who gets out onto the outside of this Moscow defense. Almost broke out for a huge gain, but looks to step out of bounds as he gets around on the edge. Great block there by Trey Lopes, trying to help his guy get a big gain, as that's a 12-yard gain. Ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line for the Greyhound offense.
Yeah, great run there by Cameron Lang, just realizing that he just has to get the first down. Unfortunately, he did step out of bounds, but since the clock is no stop, it obviously keeps going. So just great overall play there, picking up the first down for the Hounds.
As you see a couple second string guys there on the bottom of your screen, number 2, Grant Druffel, number 99, Jared Holstad. As Saleh hands the ball back up to Cameron Lang, who gets no gain on the play. That will bring up 2nd and 10 for the Greyhounds.
And, you know, just trying to keep that clock going, which it really doesn't matter, I guess, if you throw the ball or run the ball, considering that it is no stop clock. It's just maybe a little bit safer to run the ball in this scenario.
Yeah, Cam Lang proven to be a very durable and has great ball security at the running back position. No fumbles in this game, as Lang is in the backfield with number 6, Saleh. Saleh just handing, a fumble there, as Saleh unable to recover the ball for the Greyhounds, and that ball is picked up by number 3, Bryson Bennett for Moscow, as he's been making big plays on both sides of the ball for Moscow.
And as we just said, you know, it's a little bit safer to run the ball, but obviously if you can't get your running back the ball, it's going to be hard. But there you could just tell that some miscommunication either there by Saleh and number 55, the center, Mueller, or something just happened. Maybe the ball was slippery and slipped out of his hands, but he was not able to corral that ball. And it was a turnover, Moscow football, on the 33-yard line.
Moscow in great field position as time ticks down below the 2.5-minute mark. Brennicke and Kiblin in the backfield for Moscow, as Brennicke hands the ball off to Kiblin as he sheds 3 tackles. Brought down by number 85, Isaiah Strong, the true freshman for the Pullman Greyhound defense, as Kiblin making something on that edge right there, as 3 guys just missed tackles right there, who are usually good tacklers for this Greyhound defense, as they still have their first string defense out on the field.
Yeah, you know, just slipped through the hands of Montre Green there, who was blitzing. Lucky there that he did, but good pickup there by number 23, Kiblin.
as Brinicki hands the ball back off to Kiblin as he is met by 52 Lennon Rock and number 99 Jared Holstad playing that defensive end spot already with 2 tackles on the play. Just showing that great strength with Lennon Rock able to wrap up Kiblin, who is a very dangerous running back, as we have seen.
2nd and 14.
Yeah, great play there by the junior, number 99, Jared Holstad, getting some play time.
And you'll see him next year as a big focal point as they graduate Ben Moose, whose position he is playing in. As we saw him last game, Rogers scoring a touchdown on the receiving end in that slot position and also making a lot of tackles as Brinicki rolls out to the left side, looking downfield, and that is intercepted by number 22, Trey Green. And that is a second interception for this Greyhound defense. And again, it's just kind of thrown right to him again as Brinicki might not have seen him.
Yeah, and just a class act there by Trey, not really celebrating too much. Giving the ball back, knows the scenario with 40 seconds left in this game. Beating Moscow right now, 52-7. Playing some great defense right now.
Yeah, if you're the Pullman Greyhound defense, you got to feel pretty good about this performance. Really good showing all the way through the game, finishing this game, only allowing 7 total points in this ball game as the Pullman Greyhounds getting into that victory formation as time winds down. As Slay takes a knee, and we expect that to be the final play of that ball game, and it is. And so your final score, Pullman 52, Moscow 7. So Josh, what did you see that was really good in this ball game?
I saw so many things from Pullman and not very many from Moscow. Maybe on that second to last drive from Moscow, they showed some good things. Although they had some miscommunication there from the Greyhounds, they did put up some points. But right now, Pullman has got to be feeling just good about the way they played today. Excuse me. They came out here, played their hearts out, showed that they are the best team, and they own this battle border.
Absolutely, and all the way through the game, they just played their hearts out. They didn't stop playing. They just played the game all the way through as the defense making a lot of big stops for the Greyhounds as the Moscow offense really struggled there. As we thought we'd see quarterback Peyton Brinicki step up and make some big plays for this offense, but that was just not the case as Pullman was just ready for him.
Yeah, it seemed as every move he made, Pullman was right there with him. It's just there's little things that Moscow has to work on, and they might compete with Pullman. But Pullman today, 2 words, Trey Green, big plays for him. Great plays by all of the offense and defense for Pullman tonight.
And for Moscow, for all of their juniors and sophomores out there, this is just a learning experience, and you gotta think that they aren't gonna forget about this game next year as they're gonna be playing on their home field against Pullman in the border battle.
Of course. So as we come back in a few weeks, Pullman not playing here in town for a few weeks. So we thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you soon.
So are you a lineman?
Yep.
All right.
I'm a lineman. I play offensive and defensive tackle.
Ooh.
I play offensive guard.